everybody, and welcome to Here's the Pitch, tips from your YouTube friend Brad. Hi there. Hopefully you've seen my autograph special that I did. Well, here's a few more that I'm going to do as I'm trying to help you on things that I wanted answers to but just couldn't find here on YouTube. So today is my Aerosmith Las Vegas concert experience. It was fun. We had a great time, but I didn't know what to do about buying those on-stage tickets. I wasn't sure. So I documented it. Let's take a look.
So as we watch a little bit of the video from the concert, I'll just go through some things that happened during the concert that hopefully will make your experience better. So this is the opening. After a 30-minute video, history of the band. The band appears, and it's exciting for all. It is pretty cool seeing these guys. And there goes Steven Tyler, and the band is on their way. This night they started with Draw the Line, which I was very excited about. Good song. This is how close you are to Joe Perry. Joe Perry, his guitar setup is over by us here on this side of the stage, so you can get to see him pretty much throughout. You get to look at Joe Perry's guitar setup over there. So basically, I want to tell you a little bit about the experience. First, I'll tell you about buying the tickets. So I was waiting and trying to figure out where to sit. I thought these stage seats would be pretty cool because, of course, when would you be able to be on the stage with Aerosmith? So kept watching those, and the weird thing about this show was that they were least expensive or less expensive than those front row or 100 section seats, and pretty much on par with the 200 section seats. So I was just curious why. Here, I'm going to let you watch this part here with Joe Perry.
I want that pick when you're done. I want that pick when you're done.
So during Dream On, I asked Joe Perry for his guitar pick, and he gave it to me. I don't know why I did that. I wasn't even drinking that much, but he was right there. It was like, hey, let's get Joe Perry. And I asked him to give it to me after the song. I didn't need it then. But that was one of the coolest parts of the show. Steven Tyler's always close up. This is the one time that he was that close. It's always cool just watching Joe Perry work with a guitar tech. You get to see all of his guitars, all the things going on, kind of behind the scenes. A friend of mine said, "Oh, what were you doing backstage?" And I said, "No, I was actually on the stage." We were, about the 15th person in line. I thought this was interesting, too, that there's teleprompters everywhere, even that far out for Steven Tyler. So if you're where we were, you knew exactly what song was coming. Watching Steven Tyler work the crowd and work the audio board. The audio board was behind us, so you would see him talking to the audio board to, pump up whatever he wanted pumped up, or get stuff, out that he didn't want to hear in his back monitor. So the tickets, as I'm watching here, this is during Crying. I can't stop talking about what we're seeing here. Steven Tyler coming off stage for a song, and this woman gets to grab his hand, and she went ballistic after it and left. We never saw her. She started banging on the stage and just was gone. So here's a Tom Hamilton part. He came over one time, but this is how close he was. It was literally like I was recording him for the concert video mix. So the tickets, like I said, we're up to about $325 for these seats. And I was thinking that was a little too much, and they came down to $300. By the time I bought them, they were $220. There's 80 tickets available, I believe, on both sides. There's 40 on one side, 40 on the other. You'll see, if you look, that there's a seating section also that says reserved. I was so confused by this. So the seats are actually in the back, behind the standing area, but they're on risers. So if you just want to sit but still be on the stage, that's an option. I assume that they had the seats up there the whole time before this got more popular, that people just kind of wanted to stand. So wanted to show that. Talk about us getting in line. So when we got in line, we got to the hotel around 4 o'clock just to check in, make sure that there was no people in line, because we wanted to see the layout, where we'd be going. And it's pretty simple. It's just a couple of stanchions and ropes, and there's nobody there. And then at 4 o'clock, there's still nobody there. So we went and had a burger, came back, and said, "Oh, let's go play. Let's have some play some table games and see what happens." and we saw people lining up already, so we thought we better get in line. So we got in line around 5:30. Doors opened around 6:45. We were about the 10th or 12th people in line, and so if you're in the line, you're in the line with the people in the left side and right side of the stage. So think about that when you're looking at the line. We just wanted to be up front, and that was most important to us, so we decided we'd stand in line. But there's not a bad seat, quote, on the stage. So once you get in, then you line up again and wait to go be taken out onto the stage. So that's another 45-minute wait once you're in, if you're in that line early on. Again, I don't think it's that necessary to be there that early if you're not really concerned with being right on the front, as we're listening to Sweet Emotion here. This is pretty cool. But it was, again, our priority was, hey, we're on the stage, we're going to be in the front. So that was pretty cool. As soon as you get there, a gentleman comes over and talks about how the sound won't be what you're getting or what they're getting out in the crowd because the sound goes out. But here's an iPhone and some headphones, and you'll be getting the mix of Steven Tyler or the mix of the band, and you'll be able to hear what Steven Tyler's hearing, basically having his headsets in. I tried them a little bit. I just like to hear the music, and I didn't think it was that terrible from where we were. A little distorted, but I don't go to a concert to put headphones in. But at the end, you get to keep the headphones. It's sort of a promotional thing I think they're doing with the headphone company, but still fun. Interesting thing I thought about the Vegas show is that the whole crowd is sitting most of the time, and it's a different animal for me. I like going to rock shows and being on my feet and whatever, but this crowd is definitely a Vegas crowd, and they're just there to be entertained. So most of the night they were on their sitting down, but once the big songs come at the end, the place did go crazy. It's crazy to watch Steven Tyler. He's always directing. Look at him watching here. He's telling the audio board right there, hey, I can't hear them. I think that's the coolest thing. That is him pointing at the audio board and trying to get the audio board to bring that up in his mix, I would guess. But it's fun watching him. Again, just so many great songs. This was a good set list, I thought, in my opinion. Some of these videos are from my wife, so I go kind of out of order, but she took a lot of video. I told her, let's enjoy the show, but we just couldn't stop pulling our camera out because we kept thinking, oh, Steven Tyler's going to come over. And the stage has a kind of a V, so there's a pit, and he's out on that stage a lot. He likes to be out there with the crowd, and so you don't see him a lot on the side, but I will say the video doesn't do how cool the being on the stage doesn't do it justice. There's a guy that came from Boston. He said, I've seen him 1,000 times. I know this is going to be like a Vegas show, and I know it's not going to be as exciting as the ones I've seen. And he walked away just thinking it was one of the greatest shows he's ever seen. What else can I tell you about this show? So, Vegas was fun. I would highly encourage you, if you're an Aerosmith fan and you get the chance, buy the onstage seats. It's just so cool to be this close to the band. It was a great night, and I'm going to just kind of show you the rest of the concert. I don't have Walk This Way, you can find that, but there's a giant basically walkway that goes up to the 300 level. So towards the end here come the balloons. Lots of confetti. It's quite the show. Aerosmith in Vegas. Highly, highly recommended.
So hopefully you enjoyed my little tips there. It was a great concert. Hopefully they'll continue to play in Vegas and you'll get a chance to go. I highly recommend doing the onstage seating if you're a big fan of them. Again, we didn't get the experience from being out and hearing it the way that people did in the sections of 100 or 200, and maybe next time, if there is a next time, we'll go do that. But hopefully this helped you out. If you have any comments or any questions, you can just put them right here on YouTube, and I'll make sure to get back to you. Please subscribe to my channel, as I'll be adding more tips and tricks and more fun videos throughout the year as I'm going to get more active here on YouTube. And hopefully you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying doing it. I've got interviews with former Howard Stern cast members, Stuttering John, and and Casey Armstrong. I do those on my podcast, Here's the Pitch, and you can find that at Stitcher, YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify. Also, you can see some old classic Cardinal videos that I did back in the day when I did a cable access sports show. So all that stuff right here, YouTube, subscribe, and I'll be adding new stuff all the time. Thanks for watching.